Well, here we go. We'll see how long he's there and what moves are made. Spider Burton. In ruck. Collingwood getting some big names back, but so too the Kangaroos. Buckley trying to get it clear. No one able to get a hand on it. Cochrane was there for the Kangaroos. Couldn't get it cleanly. Burton waiting for it to come out. Tried to tap it further forward. So too did David King. He did, but it went straight to Scotty Burns. Burns goes wider to Licuria. They're away now. Lockyer kicks up towards right half forward. Leading in the race is John Blakey. He belts it off the ground, but on the full. So the Maggies will go into attack. John Blakey in game number 320. Turned 34 last Monday. What a grand player he's been. Up towards half forward. Carey was the flyer at half back, couldn't take it. Peter Bell is there. Pickett provides the shepherd. Bell comes away, he's clear. Kicks in towards the centre half back. Capuano caught behind. The mark was dropped by Adam Lang, uncustomary. Richardson's hand pass, okay for Collingwood. Fraser, another one. Off to Scotty Burns, puts him inside 50, and Tarrant takes the mark.
Great little chip then too by Scotty Burns. He weighed up that situation very quickly, realised that if he went long it was all orange, all Kangaroos, so he saw Chris Tarrant at the last minute and just laid it off perfectly.
Collingwood fans will be rapt to see this 19-year-old back this week. He's a fair talent. 24 goals for the season. Kicking from just on 51 metres for the first score of the day. Starts it away to the right and finishes with a behind.
Yeah, there's no doubting Chris Tarrant's talent. Bit of a mouthful there, but you can see why Eddie Maguire and co worked tirelessly to keep him at the club over the summer months.
No doubt he's the future of Collingwood. Peter Bell always works hard. Coming off another terrific season to King. There's some talk he might be at Fremantle next year. David King from centre wing to centre half forward. Pack up players. Capuano came out hard. Taken away. Simpson pumps the ball back inside 50. Harvey looks dangerous. And he's got it.
Good work too then by Adam Simpson. I watched him as he kicked that ball. As soon as he got rid of the ball, he went straight to Nathan Buckley. So no doubt he wants to make sure that Bucks is going to have no influence on this game whatsoever.
Well, Harvey's booted 31 goals for the season. He's actually been transformed this year, I think, with Anthony Stevens being out injured, missing those 14 weeks. He's certainly got more time on the ball, and I think he's actually shown his talent as being an all-round player, all-round midfield player, rather than just be a forward pocket specialist. Harvey, usually a very good kick. Directly in front, 35 metres out, straight through the centre.
Yes, he certainly proved his worth in recent years, particularly in that Victorian game where he did win the medal for best on ground. But I suppose with the unfortunate happenings of Anthony Stevens being out of the side for so long, it does give guys the opportunity to step up, and that's certainly one thing that Brent Harvey has done this season.
32 goals, 26 behinds for Brent Harvey. He'd be knocking on the door of all-Australian selection, one would suggest. They lead by 5 points, the Orange Roos. Taken by Buckley towards left half forward. Pickett gets a poor bounce, sees it skip away. We've got a throw in. He's with Paul Williams today. A throw in on left half forward for Collingwood. Won 4 games last year and 6 this year so far, the Pies. Some would say marginal improvement. Harvey to the line. They only met once before. Look at this. This is one of the Brownlow medal favourites at work. That's how you do it, Nathan Buckley says. And the Pies lead. Buckley gets his 27th goal of the season. And he's just got that uncanny knack of knowing where that ball is and where it is going to be, Aussie.
Yeah, no doubt. Adam Simpson made the fatal mistake there of being not right on Nathan Buckley's hammer in a boundary throw-up position. Problem when you're on a play like Nathan Buckley, you might shut him out for 2/3 of the game, but At the end of the day, he's going to make you pay if you're not manned up tightly on him.
He wasn't between Nathan Buckley and the goals. That was the problem. Pies, very good against the Western Bulldogs, and we know they pulled off a big win over the Bombers. Tarrant, exciting talent. Cross half back, Bell. Inside the centre square, Lang. Fine young player as well. Taken away by Cochrane. Young man from Central District. Pumps the ball down, and Richardson this time wins the one-on contest against Capuano. He's had one of his best seasons, Mark Richardson. To Davis, cross half back. Goes wide, finds Johnson. Raking left foot up. This is a beautiful kick, and finds Dimatina, who came into the side. Late replacement for Krasiska. Looks for Mel Michael and got him. "55 metres out. Tarkin Lockyer is going to be too small." Oh! And Carey takes the grab.
And what a grab, KB. He plays on quickly to Anthony Stevens, who's getting some valuable game time under his belt after that shocking accident. Great to see him coming back. Pinpoints Spider Burton. And he's enjoyed a lovely season too. He kicks towards centre wing. Archer with strength, pure strength. Broke the tackle of Lucuria, but the ball spilled free. It's in the Roos attacking zone. Talk about Malthouse approaching the 400 club. Pagan is not far off the 200. Buckley claimed this time, but ridden into the ground in the back. It's always one with a little bit of grey around it, that sort of decision. But he was into his back. That was Archer. He goes wide to Dimatina. He's got Scotty Burns short, but elects to go longer, and perhaps the wrong option. Piggott to Carey. They're out of trouble again. To the outer side, David King. Up towards Lang. It's not a good kick. It's too wide for Adam Lang, and it's out of bounds on the full. Boys on the Kangaroos bench looking on. Their chances will come. Here's Davis. Down to half forward. Oh, Dimatina hits. He can shoot for goal. He's tucked in the pocket. He's going to have to be quick. He gets flattened, but he gets his kick in towards full forward. Blakey was there. Waiting down was Gavin Brown. Rocker goes wider. Gives it to Lockyer. Lockyer snaps and hits the post.
Well, they seemed to share the ball around on that occasion, Richard, when it wasn't needed to be shared around.
Yeah, it was almost as if KB, they did the right thing for the team, but for every handball they made, every play just kept getting tighter and tighter.
A little bit closer to it.
Yeah, the pressure was just coming on more and more.
I thought Gavin Brown should have kicked the goal, and then Anthony Rocker should have kicked it. In the end, it's a poster. Carey picking up positions. Cross half back, stands and delivers, kicks the space. Making ground, Kinnear. It's a cross half back. Short to Josh Fraser. Did well, bend down, took it on the half volley. He was all tied up by Motlop. Ball up on centre wing. Good start by the Pies. Underdogs come into this game. Kangaroos, third on the ladder, 13-7 this year. And the Pies, 14th, with just the 6 wins after winning the first 5 games of the season. Motlop had it and lost it. Close to the line, finally it's over for a toss back in. 1-2-8 Collingwood, 1 goal the Roos.
Fraser and Burton again. It's been a huge task for Josh Fraser this year. King claimed by Lockyer, but gets his kick down towards the 50. Archer came steaming out. Harvey beautifully to Bell. This will be a goal. Peter Bell rarely misses, never misses those. He's got his first. Harvey has one. The Roos have the lead.
And again, great work there by Brent Harvey, but Peter Bell, he's got so much class. Perfect opportunity. You'll see on replay here. Great bounce, bit unlucky there for Paul Williams it was. Great handball to Brent Harvey. And Peter Bell, whether it's on his left boot or his right boot, this time on his left. Steady as they come. He's a great goal sneak.
Roos in front by 4 points. A young Josh Fraser just eyeing off the big Spider. What a success story it's been for Peter Bell. Just the 2 games with the Dockers, both against the Tigers. Total of 3 or 4 kicks in both those games. And now a star with the Kangaroos. All-Australian as well. Colbert looks for big Spider. Couldn't take it on the second grab. McKernan, it was a rush kick. Wants a free kick. Josh Fraser at ground level. Tied up is O'Brien. Some strong arm tactics. And it's a ball up on centre wing. It's been a great pick-up for the Magpies, Shane O'Brien. He's been averaging over 20 possessions a game. Josh Fraser, an emerging star this season. Wasn't really expected to play too many games, and yet he's carried the ruck division for the Pies. Bell always works hard. His partner in crime is Harvey. Kicks to space. King's on the burst.
He will struggle to keep it in play. He's been given the benefit of the doubt. He's kicked right across the ground. Lucuria has dash. He'll go onto that left foot with a worm-burning pass to Mal Michael. Couldn't quite pick it up on the half volley. Williams pokes it through towards centre wing. Cochrane's right on his hammer. Pickett is there as well. He's going to get a free kick in the back. Collingwood will go forward once more. In the man he goes again. Pickett. This time Pickett needs assistance. A proppy hand pass going to be difficult for Lang. He gets crunched and he's going to get a free kick.
Yeah, fair call. You give it to one team in the back, you have to repay the faith of the player, so that's a good call.
Clayton to take it. Clayton to half forward. Oh, there's some loose checking down here. Harvey was clear. He wants to play on. He's 70 metres out. He spears it in towards half forward, and the big man, who is rapidly gaining cult status, has taken it in Spider-Bird.
Well, certainly is a big man, Sandy. That's the only words you have to say about him. He's so tall. Josh Fraser, a good athletic type, but as you'll see on replay here, he's just too tall.
He's had a good year.
He has had a good year. He's a great pickup for the Kangaroos.
And usually he's a very straight kick.
Yeah, 8 goals, 2 KB. He's kicked for the season, so let's see what he can do here. At the moment, the Roos lead by 4 points. He's on a 45-degree angle, 35 metres out. Now they lead by 10 points. Well done, Spider.
Certainly covers a lot of ground for a big man too, Sandy. He'd have to be, in the old scale, at least 6'10". And just the agility he has, you see on the replay, that's a great mark. And as you alluded to, KB, normally a good set shot for goal, and doesn't let the side down this time.
Well, he's the tallest player ever to play the game at AFL level.
210 centimetres.
3 straight goals to the Kangaroos. 11 minutes left in this first quarter. Spider just kicks it off the ground. Davis, tackled by Simpson. Loose ball. Buckley works his way out of trouble to O'Brien. Need to win a lot of the ball midfield. Davis does well. Keeps the ball alive. Centre wing. Needs clean hands. Wants to backtrack and retreat. Just caught in 2 minds. The mind was ticking over. Back to O'Brien, who pumps the ball back towards the half-forward line. That's going to be a great duel. Carey versus Lockyer. He's got the job playing on Peter Bell. Thrown off the ball by Bell. What a competitor. Tries to keep it alive to Simpson. For a toss back in. Well, there's also talk that Peter Bell is wanted back west too. David King. Kangaroos. Buckley, 45 metres out. He's off target. And through for a behind.
10 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Pretty good opening by both sides. Byron Pickett to bring it back into play. The Kangaroos coming off a bad loss. They don't have too many bad losses. But last week's against Sydney was. The Sydney siders were excellent. Harvey taking the kick in. Has been busy early. towards a congested centre wing. Big pack waiting down. They've got a chance through Williams if he takes the hand pass, and he does now. He's in two minds. He needs help through Lucuria. He goes back to Lucuria now. This time onto that awkward-looking right boot. In towards full forward. No one at home. Harvey is having a lovely game. Gives it across to Carey. Carey towards Clayton. Can't get there. May have to slap it forward. Brown shows dash. Paul Williams is there with him. Williams is clear on centre wing. Kicks a high ball up towards half forward. Difficult one for Atkins. He's got to stand his ground. For Scotland, he's got to stand his ground. He did it well, Heath Scotland. In towards left half forward. And this time it is Davis. He chips short.
Winston Abraham off the Pies. Shane Clayton coming off. Sorry, for the Roos, Shane Clayton coming off.
So Johnson to have a shot. 45-degree angle. Ben Johnson, one of the young guns that many at Collingwood talk about as being their future. It's not a pretty left foot.
You build them up, Sandy?
It always happens, doesn't it? It always happens. So no addition to the score. Kangaroos by 9 points. McCartney's kick. Good mark taken by Capuano. There was no one down in the other half of the ground, so they're streaming down there now. Abraham is there, Prestigier Como is there, Scotland was there, and King and Archer. It's the latter two who combine. Around Heath Scotland, a high ball, in towards half forward. Harvey's waiting down, Harvey the rover. He's a goal kicker, look at him bend that back. Just missing and hitting the post. Gee, the idea was right, and the execution, Aussie, almost perfect.
Yeah, no doubt. There was another option for him. There was no Kangaroos player at the top of the square, so he went for it. It almost bounced perfectly. Just needed that little off break that didn't eventuate.
Winning a lot of the ball, Brent Harvey, 7 possessions and 4 marks, and he's also kicked a goal. Pies Johnson on 50. Carey winning this duel against Rocker. Out in front, beautiful kick. This man's so important to the Kangaroos, Capuano. If he can get back to absolute full fitness, Motlop
is off.
Does well. Working in very confined spaces for Motlop, and does it well to the half-forward line. The target was Archer. There was too much carry on the ball. Toss back in.
Well, the obvious difference at this stage of the game, boys, is the turnovers. The Kangaroos not committing too many of them, apart from that kick. And Collingwood are just turning the ball over too much.
Grant has just come back onto the ground. Motlop off. Gee, worked well, confined spaces here. Shows you the clever footwork. Capuano got his hands on the ball first. Just 25 metres out from the Kangaroos' goal. Williams has got it. He'll go short. So a transfer play. They'll have to break wide. O'Brien running hard. Johnson pumps the ball out in front. Mel Michael did well. Good grab on full stretch. Runs to the half-forward line. Another poor kick. Making it very difficult for Tarrant. Trying to keep the ball alive was Brown. 60 metres out, Brown, courage. Goes in hard for the ball. Cops one high.
Well, one thing that's never lacking in Gavin Brown's game is courage, KB, that's for sure. One of the best in the business.
He's going to make up his mind shortly whether he's going to go on next year. 253 games. Lucuria to the pocket. He's looking for Davis. Great play by Stevens. Put himself right on the line and cops the free.
Another player who knows no fear. Anthony Stevens. Cochrane wants to get on with the job because he could see David King downfield sneaking away from Davis, and he continues to sneak. He enjoys that situation. Comes out of the shadows into the sunlight. Capuano could have got a nudge. Oh, here's trouble. Peter Bell. Danger. 45 metres in towards Carey.
Fantastic work there by Anthony Rocker. That was just unbelievable. Yes, time and time again, KB, in that situation, we see the player play the man, not the ball, and the resulting free kick will be paid. But as you see on replay here, the ball comes in the box seat, but great work by Anthony Rocker. Fantastic defensive play.
Just the one behind. 11 points the margin. Scotland discovered it in the kick-in. Oh, this is dangerous. Carey got a hand to it. but now lose it to Lucuria. Scotty Burns is away. Carey somewhat slow to get up. Pass was a good one. Gavin Brown will have a shot. Going short. Scotty Burns. More of an angle, but closer in. Pies making another change, with Rupert Batheris coming on late in this first term. 5.5 minutes left and Rupert gets a run. Burns then for his first. Oh, he started at left. Whalen just ripped it to the left.
It's probably one of the areas, probably the only area of Scotty Burns' game that he needs to work on. He's been predominantly a backman, but when shifted up forward, he does struggle to touch in front of goal.
Actually, their kicking the forward line hasn't been too good, Richard.
No, not at all, KB.
Just been floaters, haven't really hit the ball hard. Haven't got it to spin properly. Rocker does well, rockets the ball to Brown. It was a tough take. Archer closes quickly with body strength, takes it over the line. The desperation from the Kangaroos. Boundary thrown 55 metres out from Collingwood's goal. Mel Michael to Buckley, pulled off the ball. It was a good tackle. It was came by Colbert. Brown works it to Josh Fraser. Centering kick, it's a poor one. And that's been their problem in this first quarter. They've had the ball a number of times outside of 50, but their kicking inside 50 has been pretty poor. Shannon Grant usually can use the ball very well. Kicks the ball quickly through the air. He's looking for King, having a big first quarter. Out in front, here's the danger man, Harvey. He'll kick a goal, Harvey. Runs round Lockyer. Quick snap. Across the face. And finally out of bounds on the full.
He was actually lucky there, Tarkin Lockyer. He overcommitted himself to the tackle, and Harvey just turned him inside out.
He could have, if he'd wanted to, perhaps gone short to Carey, but that's history now as Lockyer kicks towards Williams on centre wing. Can't debate their competitiveness in this first quarter, Collingwood. Another goal here would be very advantageous. Blakey defends, he throws it on his boot, kicks down towards centre wing. Peter Bell comes from behind. David King is waiting down in front, slips, holds it for perhaps a fraction too long before it slips out of his hands. A gutsy boy from Port Melbourne will see it over the line.
We've got Troy Makepeace there and Stevens sitting on the interchange bench. Shannon Motlop.
And Clayton too having a spell.
Good tackle.
Umpires today, that was Martin Ellis officiating there. Richard Fox and Corin Rowe is a late inclusion. Praise there for Ben Johnson. In the middle of the ground. Just over 3 minutes left. Burton with the height, can't get a clean swipe at it. Dimatina tumbles a punt to half forward. Once again, Piggott chops it off.
Byron Piggott just put that huge tackle on in the centre of the ground, then back taking a mark. McKernan, touch of the fumbles. Back to Cochrane. Feeds the ball off to Colbert. Back to McKernan.
Oh, good shepherding by Bell.
Some heavy work off the ball. McKernan towards centre half forward. It's a floater. And taken by Batheris. So the Magpies trying to generate some run across half back. That's a poor kick by Richardson. Sets it up for Rocker. They might be lucky. Josh Fraser, edge of the centre square. Kicks a high ball. Archer with body pressure. Dimatina needs a kind bounce. Bang, crash. Smack bang into Blakey. Does well, Stevens. Two old hands combined. Back to her third in Archer. Pumps the ball back. Lucuria did well. Made it a contest with Winston. Harvey, so clean with the hands. He's a one-grab player. Stevens from half-back. Good kick. King. He's having a field day. 9 possessions. Really setting up the Kangaroos. The centre-half forward. He was looking for Capuano. He was forced under the ball. McCartney thumps the ball long. It's a big kick. McKernan running with the fly of the ball. Carey, quick snap, this could bounce. He's got it. And look at this, Buckley and Carey and Lang. McKernan's there as well.
It's Buckley versus the Orange men.
Good to see too, Wayne Carey. He doesn't mind giving it to the opposition. When you're as good as he is, you can do that. But whether it's in the air or at ground level, you see just the perfect roving position he's played there and on the left. And off he goes. He doesn't mind saying to Nathan Buckley, I think it was.
Tell you what, he's still going on with Richardson. It may be the other way around. Who knows? The bottom line is the King has kicked a steadying goal late in the quarter. 26 plays 10, a 16-point lead. Capuano doing the ruck work up against Fraser. Anthony Stevens tried to cut across. Fraser goes again. Big man does well as he kicks down towards Davis. Cochrane is there with him. Davis has got the toe. He recovers. He can provide the quick answer. And he has! Good goal by the youngster. Craig would be wrapped if he's sitting up there in Sydney watching his boy at work.
Yes, Craig Davis, certainly a good goal kicker in his day, with Carlton and Collingwood in particular. But young Nick, he's certainly a talent. We spoke about Chris Tarrant earlier, but Chris Tarrant and Nick Davis, along with Tarkin Lockyer, are probably three of the young players that Collingwood will be looking to push forward into this new decade.
Davis and Cochrane just testing each other out. 26 plays 16. Kangaroos by 10 points. So the Pies hanging in there. Stevens had it and lost it. Dimittin has been handy also. 6 possessions in this first quarter. Working in close.
He's going to be on the game on Thursday night with his brother Paul. And they're going to shave their heads, I believe, for charity.
Well, that's great, isn't it? Because they're a great family, the Dimittina family. And 2 sons playing AFL football. And for a good cause. The Cancer Foundation. McKernan. Really a look-away handball. Wasn't a good one. Taken by a breeze, sets it up to Tarrant, edge of the centre square again. The kick this time. Spears it to Davis.
I'm not too sure if that was what was in his mind, to kick it to Nick Davis, but
it worked his way there anyway.
Yeah, it did. Luck's a fortune, and Nick Davis will be preparing to kick his second goal. And the Pies haven't been too bad, KB. They kicked this and they're only 4 points behind.
Well, I think just in this first quarter, it has basically been their poor disposal inside 50, which is stopping from scoring more goals. Davis, 45 metres out. The distance is there. Have a look at the crowd. It's home. He's got 2.
Well, if Craig was happy before Sandy up in Sydney, he'll be absolutely delighted. 2 goals to Nick Davis. And with only 4 points in it, the Pies will go into the first break quite happy.
Yes, just under 30 seconds remaining, and this has been a good comeback with a couple of quick goals. 2 to Davis, 1 to Buckley in this quarter. Whilst for the Kangaroos, all singles: Carey, Burton, Bell and Harvey. Neil Baum, Mick Malthouse. Malthouse just coming down onto the ground in the last 30 seconds. Fraser contesting with Capuano. What a learning year it's been for Josh Fraser. Simpson caught by Lockyer and going nowhere. Also in there, Shane O'Brien. Four points the margin. 10 seconds remaining. Fraser, well, slides off his wrist, and it's taken by Williams as the siren sounds. He kicks down towards Chris Tarrant. We'll finish with Cochrane, and at quarter time, Mick Malthouse is straight out. 229 wins Mick has, and Buckley just having a chat with umpire Richard Fox.
Yeah, it looked like umpire Fox actually instigated that chat with Bucks, but Bucks, being the captain, had a fair bit to say back to.
Yep. So quarter time. Mick wrapping his boys. Be nice to end this long season with a win or 2. Pat on the rump for Dimittina, Anthony Rocker and co. At quarter time, it is the Roos 4-2-26, Collingwood 3-4-22. KB said the margin. There's Spider Burton. setting himself and young Josh Fraser as we commence the second quarter. Kangaroos going to the left of screen. Won by Burton, taken by Bell. Gets it away quickly if they can get a flying start. Abraham high. Up towards left half forward. Shannon Grant started on the bench. He gets a bad bounce. Mercuria gets a good one. Mercuria kicks back towards a half forward. Tarrant could have given away the free kick to the old man of this game, Johnny Blakey, 34 years of age this week. Gives it to Peter Bell. Bell to the run of King. He had an excellent first quarter. Mal Michaels right on his hammer. McCartney there to provide the shepherding work in the end, and King appreciates it. He kicks up towards Shannon Grant and he marks just inside the line on the outer wing. The Carey lead ignored. Now he goes in towards half forward. McKernan came steaming out. Haven't seen a lot of him as yet, but there's still a lot of play to be seen this afternoon. Archer's kick is good to Capuano. Just outside 50. Matthew Capuano coming back into the side this week. Historically, not a goal kicker, just 21 goals in his career, which is now spanning some 78 games. Into the square, big pack. Anyone at the front doing the roving. Carey working hard, tried to get it out. He tried to throw it out, said the umpire. Me? Throw? Let's have a look.
Yes.
Well, I reckon, Wayne, you might have just about perfected that throw. Towards Lockyer, and he marks on halfback.
Kicks down Archer with strength, takes the mark over Brown. From centre wing, McKernan. Lang also got a hand to it. O'Brien works hard, wins a lot of the ball. Williams, some fancy footwork, comes away from half-back, drills it to Brown. So the two old heads combine. Williams on the charge. Runs through the centre square, kicks long. Tarrant looks dangerous, backing back. He's got the drop. Great defensive play by Blakey. Has he given away the free? He has.
Yeah, fair call that, I thought, KB.
Over the shoulder.
Yeah, you look at the way Anthony Rocker played it to perfection.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, as much as an old teammate of mine, Blakey, and a great man, he did infringe. Good call by the umpire.
Well, this to put the Pies in front.
It's a smart kick too by Paul Williams.
Tarrant, 15 metres out. Collingwood in front.
It was just good to see Paul Williams, and he knew he had some ground there to be made up, and when you have that opportunity, you need to make the most of those opportunities. And he wasn't afraid to bounce the ball. We saw Chris Tarrant was in the pole position against Johnny Blakey. He just weighted that kick perfectly. And Chris Tarrant's kicked another important goal, and the Pies are in front.
They led early on in the first quarter. Now they have regained a lead of 2 points. Burton and Fraser to contest again in the middle. And an infringement. And I think it might have been Dimartina who may have infringed for Collingwood coming into the square. So an opportunity for Shannon Grant. He can't quite get clear. Tried to get the hand pass out towards Lang. He's caught and held, and umpire Corin Rowe, who was a late inclusion into the umpires division. Stephen McBurney not coming up and having a spell this afternoon. Inside 50 though. And another free kick has been picked up, this time to Collingwood for too high. So Burns plays on to Williams. Williams forced to go wide, then comes back in towards... Oh, Rupert Batheris gave it straight to David King. That could be a very, very costly error, and it is. It is. Adam Lang gets his first goal, and Rupert... Just unfortunate, my boy.
Yeah, you'll see here Rupert was the man that caused that, did inevitably caused that turnover. But Paul Williams wasn't a kind handball to Rupert. He had an option to go short to Di Martino, but realised he was under pressure, so had to quickly give it over to Rupert, and Rupert unfortunately just gave away that quick handball straight to David King.
Adam Lang, a Norwich Rising Star nomination this year. 19 goals for the season, so he's been a fair contributor. Big Spider thumps the ball on. Bell runs hard, hits the ball hard. Just couldn't find Shannon Grant. Lockyer to Josh Fraser to Buckley. So the skipper, can he set it up? Tarrant runs hard from full forward, makes good ground. Some hard running in front of John Blakey. Good 75 metres out. It's a centering kick. Backing back under pressure. Bell did well. Got a big fist to the ball. Mel Michael sets it up. Lockyer 50 metres out directly in front. Wobbles the ball forward. And he is missed.
Now, KB, when do they've paid advantage there? To me, there's no advantage in his kick for the fact that he's kicked the point. When do they bring it back? When do they not bring it back?
Well, the fact that he kicks a point or a goal, it doesn't contribute whether it's an advantage. It's just an advantage whether or not he can get a kick away or a handball away without being under pressure. Now, put down behind play is O'Brien, so the ball is coming back, and he's got the free kick.
Yeah, Jason McCartney, we just see on replay. Not a lot in it, but I suppose for the fact that it was a bit high.
Brown plays on, betters the angle, and Tyson Lane will have a shot.
Yeah, a little bit stiff there, I think, Jason McCartney. It was in the play. Probably a little unlucky to have that free kick paid against him.
Lane goes short. Oh, Di Martino, he almost lost his footing, but somehow he recovered and was able to maintain his stance and take the mark.
It almost looked like walking across Burke Street up at Mount Buller after a couple of drinks at one of the bars. He was pretty slippery there, wasn't it?
Oh, we're dealing with one of the great snow bunnies, I think, KB and Aussie.
I was going to say Aspen, Colorado, but I've never been there, boys.
I actually thought he slipped on an orange peel.
Here's Di Martino. That
Great
looks
kick.
okay. It's a lovely kick from Di Martino, who's come into this lineup, and Andrew, you've got yourself a goal.
He's been quite good for the Pies this season, Andrew Di Martino. He's first at the club, coming from a great football family. Of course, his brother Paul has been a real talent for the Bulldogs over the last few seasons, and father Frank, who was a champion player at the Richmond Football Club.
Collingwood back in front, 35 plays 32. Di Martino coming off the rookie list. Played at Essendon in the reserves there, so it's been a long journey to play AFL football. Here he is, speak of the devil. Great tackle on Cochrane. Davis all tied up. And it's a ball up on the edge of the centre square. 5-5 the Pies, 5-2 the Roos. And Cochrane there, driven to the ground by Di Martino. Capuano, it's been pinched by Burns with strength. Can feed it off. O'Brien looks for the skipper, Buckley. There's a clever tap on. Davis has been very dangerous. He's booted a couple of goals. Mel Michael, a bit too much carry on the ball. Chance for Di Martino. In the pocket, just shovel the ball out. Blakey on the charge, just belts the ball back towards centre wing. McKernan with height and strength takes Prestigiacomo to the ground. Around the corner, Buckley got rid of Simpson, who's his tag. This man has been unstoppable. King thumps the ball back. Grant, nearly a one-hander, but Theris does well. Great vision to Williams, who loves the run of the ball. Can he set it up? Oh, down. That was strong play by Anthony Rocker, who ran hard at Brent Harvey, and Tarrant's got it. The Pies look dangerous. Loose players everywhere. And Tyson Lane has got it directly in front, and he'll shoot from 50.
I think you're right, KB. They look very dangerous at the moment.
Yeah, well, I did speak to Dean lately about that prior to the game. They're in a no-lose situation, Sandy. They can just go out there, no pressure on them, and just play to their abilities, and they're doing that at the moment.
Well, he's kicked 5 goals in a league game. Tyson Lane. directly in front. You can see there, great camera shot. No angle to speak of. Directly in front. He's pulled the kick. It's a poor kick and a wasted kick.
Well, when you get limited opportunities, you've just got to take advantage of every single one. So it's a 4-point ball game once again in favour of the Magpies. I think also teams tend to react differently when you get to the end, towards the end of a long season.
Yeah, you know there's only 2 weeks to go.
It plays differently on different minds. Lucuria at the back of the pack. It's 55 out. Well, short pass beautifully to Mel Michael.
They've got the Kangaroos off the bit at the moment.
Yep. And Mel has proven in recent times that he is a goal kicker. He kicked 4 in the final quarter against the Bulldogs in round 20.
It's interesting to see whether Mick Malthouse said to the Chargers at quarter time, look, we're turning the ball over too much, because that's not what they're doing this quarter. As you can see on the camera shot, similar to Tyson Lane's, no angle to speak of.
Michael.
He's pushed it the other way.
He's gone the other way.
Fiobi Chenley's gone begging, Sandy, the last couple of minutes.
5-7 plays 5-2. 2 goals, 3 they've added this quarter. Collingwood could so easily have been 4 goals. Anthony Stevens had to get through O'Brien, then Blakey. He's got John Blakey on half-back. That's a high ball. McKernan's been rarely sighted. He's in this pack. Big Corey Lang is there. But that's an excellent mark by Rocker. Geez, having a good day today. He's doing some good bullocking work. His marking has been solid. And this time he finds Tyson Lane. Lane chipping in towards half forward. They all stand in line. Archer was at the back. He goes towards McKernan once again. With him is Presta Giacomo, and the latter gets Presta. He needs assistance, and he gets it in the form of Batheris. Off he goes to Lucuria on half back. Lockyer provides the shepherd. Goes across the ground. That's okay. Richardson has players streaming down the ground. McCartney charged out. There could be a clash here. Colbert also backing into the pack. Couldn't take it. A soccer off the ground. It passes Blakey. Blakey going towards the pocket. Has got to chase Tarrant. Tarrant keeps it in play, but only towards Archer. He gives it away to Bell, who comes to cross the ground and finds David King. King looks towards Clayton. He's on half back. Thought about Cochrane going past. Now goes longer. McKernan trying desperately to get into it.
Great courage, Ben Kinnear.
Kinnear just plucks in a one-hander. It's very, very difficult. That was a beauty. Hardly direct. He's gone back to Scott Burns.
Hardly direct. He went back 30 metres.
Trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Trying to find something in it. And now he comes wide to Tyson Lane. It's not direct football, let's say that. Let's be honest. Presta Giacomo towards right half forward, and Davis. Nick Davis. Haven't seen young Leon. Nick's kick in towards full forward. Big pack of players waiting down Capuano. Dangerous hand pass straight to Tarrant. Lockyer will kick a goal. And they're looking all right, Collingwood.
Yes, they look pretty sharp at the moment, and they're just sharing the ball around. I think they're just trying to run the Kangaroos off their legs a little bit by trying to kick the ball into space and allowing their players to run under the ball. Richard?
Yeah, well, I'm not too sure what was going through Matty Capuano's mind there, and whether he saw Chris Tarrant fought one of his own teammates. I suppose the better option would have been just to force through a point and regroup, but turn the ball over, and Tarkin Lockyer, great snap. And the Pies are looking very, very good, having a real dip.
Collingwood by 11 points. After trailing by 4 points at quarter time, Stevens is caught by Josh Fraser. Thumped away. That time by Lucuria. Loose ball. Simpson has had the job playing on Buckley. It's a short kick. Lucks of fortune. Lands in the arms of Shannon Grant. Centering kick to centre half forward. Carey's there. And Lang. Big grab by the youngster. Presta Giacomo's done a big job so far on Corey McKernan, who's yet to have a kick. Lang is already a Norwich rising star. Looks to be a very good player for the Kangaroos. He's already kicked a goal in this second quarter. He can play up back, and also on the forward line. Usually he's a thumping kick. Distance won't worry him. 45 metres out. One behind.
Just didn't seem to have a smooth run in there, KB. Seemed to rush it. No real momentum gathered, and just tried to get the momentum through his hips rather than through the run-in on the ball.
Crucial 9 minutes now. Collingwood has the chance to stretch this to a very handy little lead. Cochrane edged out by Richardson. Well, illegally, said the umpire. Cochrane to take it from centre wing. Young man from Central Districts in the Sandford.
Capuano's taking a big grab.
Well, he flew only minutes ago with Lang, and Lang took it. This time, Capuano's got his hands on it.
Be interesting to have a look at that one with Richardson before, because often one-on-one contests, when you're pushing and shoving, you know, you often get the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I thought he was perhaps a little stiff, but obviously the umpire thought that the ball wasn't.
Well, that looked
yeah, I thought it was fair enough.
In the meantime, Capuano for his first goal. And they certainly do need a little steadier, which they get. Well, Matty coming back into the lineup this week, gets his first. And the margin is back to 4 points.
Oh, yeah, we can see that. That was a good decision. In fact, it did catch him high, didn't it?
Yeah, just that.
It was great camera work there, because it showed us very clearly why that free kick was paid.
Great mark too by McKernan. Sorry, McKernan did fly early, but Capuano has had the supreme judgment and just gives him that handy third tall option up forward with McKernan and Carey.
Yes, he's a very important player, Capuano. We know he's a very good player. He's had a lot of injuries. Pies by 4 points. Just under 8 minutes left in this second quarter. Tarkin Lockyer pumps the ball back. He's looking for Dimatina. Just had to shield the eyes from the sun. Kicked off the ground by Blakey. Cross half back. The veteran always kicks the ball long. Penetrating kick. Big jump that time. That came from Tarrant. O'Brien. It's a wild handball. Bell always keeps his eyes on the ball. Crashed into his teammate Adam Simpson. King gives Dimatina a shove in the back. Buckley just worked his way out of trouble. The kick was smothered off Tarkin Lockyer. And they'll just pile on top. That's Bell on the bottom. The ball up on centre wing. Big Spider taking a break. Winston Abraham hasn't seen much action today. And inside 50. 9 to Collingwood this quarter. Just 4 to the Kangaroos. The scoreboard indicates the Pies lead by 4 points. Put straight back over the line. Is it kept alive? Out on the full. (6-7) the Pies lead the Roos 6-3. Bell from half back to centre half forward. Lang's a target.
Oh.
Big jump that time by Botheris, and he's been paid the mark.
Huge leap. So he plays on. This has been Collingwood's quarter so far, even though they've only outscored the Kangaroos by a couple of goals. Botheris was backing into the pack. So too Capuano. Now an opportunity for Simpson. Simpson goes short. That's okay. Finds David King. Had a wonderful start to the game. 9 possessions in the first quarter. Shannon Grant, a big ask. Oh, and he does it well. And he scoots away, but he's going to get caught. He does, not before he gets it to Pickett. Pickett now, foot on the accelerator. Goes onto the left foot and bends it back for behind.
Yeah, he did well then, Shannon Grant. Byron Pickett, unfortunately, was stuck on his left boot. Had no option but to go on that left boot and just didn't quite get the accuracy. But great work by Shannon Grant. You just see here Byron Pickett running closer and closer to that boundary line. Just had to swing it across the body. Didn't quite get enough.
And the more you run away to your left, the more you've got to kick the ball to the right.
Yep.
Just to make up that angle that you're losing all the time with every step you take.
That's right, KB.
Williams straight down the middle. And he put some pressure on Richardson then, and he was equal to the task. He plays on. He kicks towards Rocker. Rocker's got runners left and right. He uses Tarkin Lockyer. Locker spearing apart in towards half forward. Just a little too much carry on it, and Colbert tidies up. Haven't seen a lot of Lee Colbert today. Williams spoiling on the outer side, forcing another throw in.
Yeah, it's good discipline play then by Paul Williams. For the young kids watching at home, you're stuck in that position, you don't go for the mark. Paul Williams only went for one option there, and that was to hit the ball out of bounds. Great play.
Capuano leaning over the top. O'Brien has it locked in. Hasn't missed a game, Shane O'Brien, for Collingwood so far this year. Not too many can say that. Rupert Patheris and Paul Lecure, the only others to have played every game for the Maggies. A 3-point ball game, if you may have just joined us, in favour of Collingwood. They've really taken it up to the Kangaroos. They haven't been fazed by the orange Guernsey. Stevens from half-back heads towards Lang, Batheris territory. Maybe first there, Capuano. Lang will go again. Taken to the line. It's kept in play.
And actually out of bounds.
Now it's going to come back, because that ball did go over the line.
Fantastic play by Rupert Patheris. I was watching him. He had that split second to work out whether to go to Adam Lang or not. And as I say, fortune favours the brave, and he just took off and just took them all on.
Yeah, it was excellent play. Grant, a high ball in towards half forward. No mark taken, but they've got the numbers. It should be a goal. Carey is away with the left, and the ironical cheers come up. For what reason, I do not know.
Yeah, not too many times you'd see Wayne Carey miss a fairly easy shot at goal, but the Collingwood fans were pretty happy.
Just under 5 minutes left in this second quarter. Collingwood really throwing down the gauntlet to the Kangaroos. Batheris in the back pocket. Loose player, Lucuria. They win a lot of the ball. A real ball carrier. Belts the ball back towards centre half forward. Tarrant! High flyer, forced under the ball. The tackler was Mel Michael. Loose ball. Comes to Lang. Cochrane runs through the centre square. Great smother by Lucuria. Does well. Shares the ball around. Dimartina was great vision. Finds Tyson Lane. Now there was a free kick. He decided to call advantage. Tries to set it up. Richardson's got the numbers. Going to ground was Adkins. Rocker to Birds, trying to crash his way through. It was a great tackle by Capuano. Strong tackle. Hard to bring him down when they're on the burst. And he's tied him up. Front edge of the centre square.
And again, Gavin Brown. Yeah, we've got to replay of this. You just watch
Archer. Fantastic,
Gavin
wasn't it?
Brown here. Bang.
It's hard to get past Archer.
Byron Pickett and Gavin Brown. Great body work.
Big Spider comes onto the ground. Mel Michael thumps the ball. Carey lurking at centre half back to Harvey. Wants to draw a player. He wants King. 3 bounces. The mind was ticking over. Lang's the target. Batheris the beater does it well. Good support. The Pies with the numbers. Burns, it opens up. Tyson Lane, half-back flank. Mel Michael's going to be the target. Got him.
They are playing frustrating football at the moment, Collingwood, and they're frustrating the Kangaroos. Michael goes short. Williams has been busy. Sneaks away from Anthony Stevens. It's high in towards full forward. Tarrant at the back wants a free kick. He's not getting it at the moment. Desperate work by Cochrane. Buckley, watch this. Buckley with the left foot. Bending it back. I don't believe that. Yes, I do. It's a behind. For one moment, I thought he'd really plucked one from somewhere.
That would have been an amazing goal. Running towards the boundary line. That was almost impossible.
Pickett. Almost casual approach with his kicking in, finding Harvey on the outer side. Tucked in front of the scoreboard here at Colonial. It sees Collingwood leading by 3.6 goals, 8 to 6-5. Burton. Just a couple of minutes remaining in the half. Spiders kick towards centre wing. Batheris arriving a little late. Archer, who we seen a little more of in this second quarter. 5 kicks, 6 hand passes. Well, Lang got a little too far underneath it, but here's Bell. Loves it, Peter Bell. But I'm afraid slams that one into the behind post. And we've got a throw in the left forward pocket. Motlop back on the ground for the Kangaroos. Winston Abraham having a spell. Prestigiacomo's kick. Well, he was so unlucky. He was slung as he took the kick and blow me down if it didn't land right in the breadbasket of Peter Bell.
Yeah, he was a bit stiff, as you see on replay. He didn't have a lot of time. Tried to kick it as far and as hard as he could, which was a good option, but unfortunately straight, as you said, into the breadbasket of Peter Bell.
So for all Collingwood's work, he can give the lead to the Kangaroos with that kick, and he has. Bell gets his second, and the Kangaroos move to 7-5, leading Collingwood 6-8.
Yeah, they've done quite a bit of hard work. You see Mick Moldhouse in the coach's box. Wouldn't be too unhappy about that, because Presti really had no other option. Was just unlucky where that ball ended up. For all their hard work, the Pies now find themselves behind the Roos by the slimmest of margins, 3 points.
90 seconds left in this second quarter. Peter Bell. What a success story he has been. Great ball winner for the Kangaroos. Rocker and Burton couldn't get the hands on the ball. Dimatina was tied up by Bell again. Again he burrows in after the ball. Harvey this time lends assistance. They come away. High ball back towards centre forward. Lang. Second grab, not there. Prestigiacomo has done a job on McKernan. Atkins, quick hands, looking for Burns. Harvey closed quickly. Loose ball, Rocker to space. Dimatina needs a kind bounce, gets it. Short.
Great kick to Nathan Buckley.
This to put the Pies back in front. 53 seconds left on the time clock. Lang is off. Winston Abraham on for the Kangaroos, and Dimatina, who was a last-minute replacement for Krasiska, has been a very, very handy player. Buckley. What's your reaction behind the goal if he kicks it? He's got it. He's got 2. And it's interesting down that end. The reaction down that end is, if they're not cheering, it's a goal, because that's the Kangaroos' end. And there was not a murmur.
Well done,
Just like the style of Andrew Dimatina. So many times you see a young kid gather up a full steam ahead, head of steam, sorry boys, charge inside 50 and just slam for goals. But he saw Nathan Buckley ahead of Adam Simpson there. It was a beautiful kick for goal, 2 bucks. That's his second goal, and that gives the Pies the lead going into the main break.
Yeah, with only barely half a minute remaining, Lockyer is going to send it down towards half forward once again. Chopped off by Archer. Gives it quickly away to McCartney, who goes long. Well, they can still score here. Harvey's dangerous. Has to get his skates on. Kicks towards half forward. Well done by Peter Bell. Off to Motlop. Handled like a hot potato. Scotty Burns is clear. Gives it away now to Lockyer. Goes wide to the outer side. Lucuria taken off the ball and ripped over the boundary line. And is going to get a free kick for being unceremoniously dumped. And that will prevent the Kangaroos from scoring as Corey McKernan leaves for the long break a little early. Kangaroo fans not happy. And the boys can talk about it. It is half-time. There's not a lot in this, just 3 points. Very even second quarter. Collingwood booted 4 goals, 4. And the Kangaroos 3 goals, 3. And they're down by just 3 points. The only multiple scorer for the Kangaroos is Peter Bell. He has 1 in each term. Whilst for Collingwood, Nathan Buckley has 2. Timely second goal just minutes ago. Nick Davis has 2, both of those coming in the first quarter. Gavin Krasiska not taking his place in the Collingwood lineup today, replaced by Andrew Dimatina. So it is half-time, and really, Collingwood, nothing to lose, everything to gain. are saying to the reigning champs, we're here and we're here to play, even though it is the penultimate round of home and away. At half-time, Collingwood is 7 goals, 850, leading the Roos 7-5, 47. O'Neill, as we're about to get into the second half of this clash between the Kangaroos and Collingwood. And full credit to the Maggies, taking it right up to the reigning premiers. In fact, at half-time, leading by 3 points. So the third quarter getting underway now. Fraser up against Spider Burton. It's a bounce that will favour Fraser as it goes with the flight of the ball. But Peter Bell pounces on it. He gives it away to Shannon Grant. Puts it out wide to Anthony Stevens. A couple of left footers combining here. Stevens caught by Buckley and taken to ground. Goes in towards half forward. Winston Abraham takes it from Harvey. But then he has it stolen too. The umpire, who was very close, said it was a throw.
And 50.
I'd like to see that again.
That's not a throw.
That's not a throw.
He's just taken it out of his hands. But unfortunately, Winston Abraham obviously had something to say to the umpire, and quite a costly 50-metre penalty has resulted.
You're not allowed to hand the ball to your teammate, though.
Okay. Well, in that...
You can't hand the ball to your teammate.
But can you take it out of someone's hands?
You can in a contest, but you can't hand it to your teammate.
Bethera shoots for goal. Wouldn't this be a lovely start for Collingwood? And it is.
It's been fantastic, Rupert, especially today since coming onto the ground. It's been great up back. Done a lot of hard running up forward, and you see him smiling on the replay there. It's a fitting reward for him. I don't know whether that was a free kick or not, KB, but no doubt it was a 50-metre penalty for the fact that Harvey kicked the ball after the umpire did blow that whistle. But great start to the second half by Collingwood.
Rupert Betheris, if you actually hand the ball to your teammate, it's a free kick because that's deemed as a throw because you didn't get rid of it by, hand or by foot. But if they're in a contest and you rip the ball out of someone's arms, well then that's not a throw in my opinion. And by look at that, it didn't look like as if Winston Abraham actually handed it to him.
No.
It was more like it was ripped out of his arms. King to Archer. Goes short. Finds Stevens across half back. Highs by 9 points. Colbert. No real impact on the game. Kicks the ball back towards centre forward. Corey McKernan has really had trouble getting a run at the ball today. Prestigiacomo is very hard to beat. Richardson just weaves his way out of trouble. The handball went nowhere. Carey did the blocking. Gets the ball back to Spider, to Stevens, so they'll share the ball around. He goes wide. He was looking for Pickett. Got him. Byron Pickett will be shooting from 60. Capuano on the lead. That's been ignored. Now it's been on it. Prestigiacomo gets back. He does it well. He's the consummate defender. Clayton sets it up. Grant to Clayton. He is missed. It was a sharp angle. Just kept being forced wide and through for a behind.
Shannon Grant being a left footer, I thought may have gone back the other way.
Could have easily done that.
He definitely didn't want to kick on his right boot, did he? But could have easily gone back onto that left.
Davis is going to bring it back. He's not too sure. Eventually decides on just popping it into the pocket. Collingwood at this stage almost looks sharper than the Kangaroos. Almost, in a way, seem tired. Or
if body language is anything, Sandy, I noticed at half-time the Roos going off with their heads down, whereas the Pies, as a team, jogged off the field.
Buckley between half-back and centre wing. Floating over the top to Ben Kinnear, who plays on quickly. Rocker edged out of it. Archer going back to Dimatina, and he takes him to the line. Burton and Fraser again. Won by Burton. Buckley beautifully tackled by Simpson. Stevens is good on O'Brien, and we've got another throw in. Cochrane having a spell at the start of the second half, nearest camera. Fraser edged out. Simpson a short kick. Probably gained 25 metres as Licuria sees it over the line with Shane Clayton. Just 5.5 more quarters of football for Collingwood for the season. Fraser to Buckley, who tumbles a punt towards Rocker, who lost sight of it. The look-away hand pass is OK from McCartney to Archer. This has got to sit for one of a couple here. It's Shannon Grant eventually. It could have been Harvey. Grant's kick. Capuano the flyer. At the back is Motlop. With him is Scotty Burns, and he sees it to the line.
Again, good work by Simon Prestigiacomo. He's really had a great battle down there deep in defence, but he's a man that sticks to his guns, as does Scott Burns on camera there.
8 points is the margin. McKernan, Capuano, Harvey tumbling it in towards goal, but marked on the last line by Shane O'Brien.
Haven't really just isolated Wayne Carey inside 50 like they often do, the Kangaroos, have they? One-on-one with his opponent. That might come just yet. Mel Michael, change of direction to the half-forward line. Tyson Lane was the blocker. Nick Davis hadn't lost it. Pickett, a one-grab player, comes away. A bounce.
Oh, walking.
Shannon Grant sets it up to Carey the King outside of 50. Can he set it up short? He does to Stevens. 45 metres out. They need a goal. He's missed.
Yeah, they just don't seem to be playing with that fluency that we've come to expect of the Kangaroos. And one obvious concern I can see is Corey McKernan going for a whole half of football and not taking a mark. I don't know how you can have a player kick 8 goals one week and he just seems disinterested out there, or just down in confidence. He just has to go for the ball. He has to get himself so angry. He just has to bowl someone over or do something just to get involved in the play.
Well, Burns comes away from half-back. Rocker was the target. Was there a shove out? Not paid. Simpson shares the ball around with Grant to Bell. Midfield has to work overtime. There's McKernan. So that might just lift his confidence. Around Buckley. Belts the ball back inside 50. Motlop, here's Winston!
Oh!
Couldn't take it. Got the right he wanted. Ground level. Loose ball. Harvey, a sharpshooter. Snaps a goal. He's got 2.
And Brent Harvey can give half of that goal to Winston Abraham. You called it great, KB. He's just so exciting in the air. He's got an amazing vertical leap. You'll see on replay. But he had to sit, didn't he have to sit? And Brent Harvey, that could have almost been a throw, but he did get away with it. Shades of rugby league there, boys, but Brent Harvey didn't mind. He just slotted through his second goal. And a handy one for the Kangaroos.
George Gregan be happy with that one.
1 point the difference. Collingwood leading. Buckley had it, lost it. Here's Mal Michael. Through heavy traffic, finds Tarkin Lockyer. Inside 50 towards Tyson Lane. Thought for a moment about playing on, but now goes back to take his kick. Youngster from Melbourne coming back into this lineup this week.
Yeah, the Pies had 2 options there. I think initially Tarkin Lockyer was going for Chris Tarrant, but not a problem there with Tyson Lane chipping in and making sure of the mark.
Certainly has been a prolific goal kicker this year. Finds the woodwork. 2 points the margin.
Interesting to see Tyson Lane wearing the gloves, something that became quite fashionable about 5 or 6 years ago, but you don't see too many players these days wearing those gloves.
King towards well, he's got a couple there. He had Capuano and McKernan, and Capuano has displayed the aerial form of those 2 today. Carey could have been held. His teammate almost runs into him. Carey tries to shrug the Licuria tackle, then goes with a penetrating hand pass. Abram got an awful bounce. Collingwood should be able to clear it, but it's under the pump. He does get a kick. It's high. McKernan was going to get the free kick. He's going to get a free kick, and he could just about kick it from here.
Yeah, a little stiff here, Scott Burns. The problem there is he really didn't have eyes for the ball until the last second, so it's a fair call there by the umpire to give McKernan the free kick.
Corey to give the Kangaroos the lead, 55 metres out. Lovely looking kick deep into the square and rushed over the back for behind. Again, back to a one-point ball game.
Better signs for Corey McKernan. Just getting his hands on the ball a couple of times in this quarter. Just wasn't able to really get into the game at all in that first half. Presti Chiacomo, though, is a much underrated player. Tarrant has got it. It was a good stretch. Buckley runs hard, trying to create some space. Davis was the target. Stevens read it well. King has been very good all day. Motlop, edge of the centre square, short. Harvey has kicked 2 goals. He wants 50. Lockyer on the mark, short. Clayton. So he conceded ground, still inside the centre square, to the pocket. Spider's the target at ground level, does well. It's a long way down for Spider. Bell can smell a goal!
Magic!
Can someone, Sandy, please go and tell Spider Burton, you're 6'10", you should not be able to do that. That was just sensational play.
We're looking at an athlete. We're looking at Spider.
And he races off the ground as well, Spider Burton. And Lang's going to come on and replace him. It was clever play. Bell, magnificent.
Gee, that was sensational. That's his 3rd goal, Peter Bell. He's got 1 in every quarter. And all of a sudden, the Kangaroos regain the lead. The seesawing struggle continues. Spider's probably just going to take a call from the coach. Can personally congratulate him. Well done. 9-8 plays 8-9. Good contest. Capuano needs assistance. Doesn't get it initially. Fraser is at the bottom of the pack, his opponent, and they will lock horns again. Collingwood at one stage edging out to an 11-point lead. Now the Kangaroos with several quick goals, right back in it, leading by 5 points. Burns went close to throwing that to Davis. However, the bounce is one that favours Buckley, and he should goal.
Rushed it.
55 metres out.
Spot on, KB. I think if Bucks knew he had more time than what he actually thought he had, he would have straightened the body and kicked the drop punt, but he did rush it. A bit unfortunate there.
David King. Oh, this is going to have to be dangerous. Archer will run into Dimartina. And he's taken him high, said the umpire.
He was a little stiff there, Dimartina.
Yeah, it was almost the perfect tackle, wasn't it?
It was the right option. He chose not to bump and to tackle, but just a little bit too high.
Motlop on centre wing, sending the Kangaroos forward in towards McKernan territory. He used the body, tried to do it with the one hand. Josh, you're gone, and Kerry might make you pay. Flat looking punt kick in towards full forward, dangerously slapped to the line from behind.
I think probably the right option there in the end by Rupert, because it was a wobbly old kick. Quite often they're extremely hard to mark, and chose to take the safe option and push it through so they can regroup and start again.
Lockyer. Collingwood tending to rotate their kickers. Lockyer being one. It's a 5-point ball game. We've got 11.5 minutes remaining in this first half. Rupert's kick goes up towards half-back. Fraser is at the back. He's caught by Colbert. Picked up by McKernan. Tumbles a punt back inside 50, and Stevens takes the diving mark. Anthony Stevens, one of Shepparton's favourite sons. Good tackle by Colbert to force that ball free. And Steve-O now to have a shot. 45-degree angle, probably 47 metres out. Kicking for his first. And kicking short. Giving it back to Lee Colbert. Quiet day for Colbert. He's certainly had his problems as far as injury has been concerned, and they've been well documented since coming to his new club. He's got a chance here, though, to stretch the lead to 11 points. He starts at left, and it stays left, and Richardson slams it over from behind.
Well, he just seemed to get perhaps a bit too close to the man on the mark there and had to go for height rather than distance and just pushed it left.
Kangaroos by a goal, 9-10-64, 8-10-58. Davis, short. Been pretty handy today. He's booted a couple of goals, 13 possessions in 5 marks. Ball kicked out wide. Bell pulled Burns off the ball, who appeals for the free kick and says, "You've got to be kidding."
Did he?
Boundary throw in. On centre wing, Josh Fraser and Capuano. Capuano takes the points, Carey the crumb. Just wobbles the ball back. Richardson to Kinnear. Gives it across to Harvey. 45 metres out. Brent Harvey is off target.
Gee.
And through for a behind.
I think that sound we can all hear is just that big sigh from Ben Kinnear of relief. Gave out that quick handball. As soon as he released it, he knew it was to the wrong player. And thankfully for him, Brent Harvey just puts that right.
2 goals, 2 to Brent Harvey. Lockyer to bring the ball back into play. Roos by 7 points. Kangaroos led by 4 points at quarter time. They trailed by 3 points at half time. It's now a 7-point ball game. Williams from the back pocket to Atkins, who's just come off the interchange bench, replacing Lucuria. Short, Lockyer. So the Pies sharing the ball around. They did this in the second quarter, and it caught the Kangaroos out when they were able to transfer the ball from one side of the ground to the other. Short to Burns. Now this is what they did in the second quarter. This transfer across the ground to Atkins. Now he'll go wide, he'll find Davis. So they've got some space. Prestigiacomo's run hard as well. Tyson Lane is marked. Still on centre wing. Tarrant on a long lead in front of Blakey. Needs it out in front. Great defensive play by Blakey. Got that fist in front of Chris Tarrant. He does it well, John Blakey, hands and knees. What a competitor, what a warrior. Sees the ball over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Fantastic stuff, KB. By John Blakey, there he is. The evergreen John Blakey.
Yeah, Chris, just you see on replay, Chrissy Tarrant just needed to take that ball out in front. To take it on his chest, he just gave Johnny Blakey that opportunity to spoil.
Shannon Grant kicks towards the half-back line. Capuano down towards left half forward, but the height is with Fraser. Makepeace coming on for the Kangaroos. Troy Makepeace having a run.
Motlop off.
Capuano again, got hands to it, but couldn't hold the mark. King over the top, releases the ball, and it will go over the line. There's Troy Makepeace just coming onto the ground. Youngster from Moe. Motlop joins Winston Abraham and several others on the interchange bench. As the Kangaroos lead, they've had numerous opportunities. They kicked 2 goals, 6 in this quarter. Dimartina might have a shot here. It's a high ball. And Mal Michael tried to twist out of trouble, but it was Stevens who gave it to Simpson. Another one clearly away to King, and they change direction to Shannon Grant. The Kangaroos are away. Shannon Grant, left foot pass is good, and he finds Brad Stevens. Brad Stevens goes over the top to Shane Clayton. Clayton's got the runner in board. That's Shannon Grant. Grant spears the pass to Carey. Still 55 out. No one at home. They're streaming downfield now. Harvey provides the lead, and he's tucked in the pocket. Gee, Harvey has been very good. 13 kicks, 4 hand passes, 9 marks. And he goes straight to Peter Bell, who's been a real live wire too. They backpedal here. Eventually it lands with Colbert. He's stopped to a walk. Centering kick is not so good. Collingwood have the numbers. Scotty Burns has the football. They may chop their way clear. Atkins goes underground. They will. They're out of strife. Back it goes to Burns. He looks towards Brown on centre wing, and he gets him. Couple of war horses there, Brown and Archer. Stevens at the back to affect the spoil for the Kangaroos. Atkins does the roving. The lad from Leongatha goes in towards full forward over the top of Blakey. He got a hand to it. He didn't want to concede a behind. He's a miserly old thing. Instead he gives it to Colbert and they will clear.
King from the back pocket goes wide. Great vision, finds Capuano. It can open up. Clayton screaming for the ball. Capuano goes for a trot along centre wing. Kicks long inside 50. Carey looks dangerous. Big punch away by Richardson. It was great defensive play. Licuria had the ball taken away by Fraser. Drops it in short looking for Johnson. Thumped away that time by Simpson. Licuria runs hard. Nick Davis back to Licuria. Collingwood on the burst, on the charge. Out comes Brown. The veteran was caught without the ball. He'll take the free.
Well spotted, KB, and well spotted too.
Like the Kangaroos, not quite playing direct football. Here's Williams has got it outside of 50. Tarrant is in the square. It's got Blakey minding him. Williams. Too far out, goes short. Finds Dimatina to Buckley. They've conceded ground. Buckley looks for Tarrant. Got him.
Just get the feeling, KB, both sides have gone up a notch in the last 5 minutes trying to break this game open.
And short to Williams. Such an important kick for the Pies. Just over 5 minutes left in this third quarter.
Dame Adkins again coming off for the Pies. Hasn't been on the ground too long.
Ben Johnson comes back for Collingwood. Williams. Such an important kick. 45-degree angle. 40 metres out. Paul Williams to Shocker. It's out of bounds on the full.
Well, a player like Paul Williams, with all the experience he has, you just have to nail those goals, particularly in a situation where his team's 7 points down. Almost unforgivable.
Well, we've seen 21 behind scored so far today, and probably at least half a dozen out of bounds on the full in the forward zone. So King bursts away. Throws out the challenge to his tall timber on the half-back line. Stevens takes the mark. This is Brad Stephen. He comes from the Murray under-18s. Kicks towards the centre wing. There appeared to be a little bit of a nudge there by Pickett. It goes unnoticed. Pickett spears it in towards half-forward. Capuano was the target. Couldn't take the mark. Away comes Ben Kinnear to the outer side. Davis was providing plenty of spark on that outer wing. Goes in towards Tyson Lane. Dashes in front of David King. Collingwood in with a real chance of a big upset here. McCartney. Long bomb back from whence it came and over the boundary line on the outer footy.
Again, good work there by Tarkin Lockyer. Correct option. Don't go for the mark. Just whack it out of bounds. Start again. Yet to see Leon Davis. KB looks like he may be coming on. He is an excitement machine, this young kid.
Simpson's kick towards centre wing. In the middle. Kangaroos through, pick it up towards Carey. At the back is Fraser. Turns Carey inside out. Kicks towards centre wing. Buckley. Scotty Burns, you just get the feeling Collingwood here, if they can get a goal. Look out, because Pickett is closing on you. What a superb tackle. Collingwood maintain possession through Tarrant. He takes it from Licuria. He kicks long in towards full forward. King is held as he smashes over the line.
Really struggled. They really need Anthony Rocker to take a couple of marks on the forward line for him, Richard. I noticed before when the ball was being kicked to the goal square that Rocker was about 20 metres away. He really needed to run hard to the square and really make himself a target so he can actually, take a big grab for him, because with Tyson Lane down there, it's a bit small. Tarrant also is not a physically big man.
KB, Nell Michael off and Davis on.
Leon Davis.
Goes like greased lightning.
Kangaroos on the chart, 65 to 59. Clayton shares the ball around. Archer to Bell. Old heads combine. Here's Carey. He's got it. And that's more of the direct play we've come to find by the Kangaroos. Today they've been a little bit short on occasions, which has been a bit surprising. They very rarely overuse the ball, and they kick the ball quickly into the hot spot, which is generally about 25 metres out from goals, and players can run either with the flight of the ball or they can run onto the ball. Carey, 45 metres out. The King has missed it.
That's the second relatively easy shot we've seen the King miss. The other one earlier in the game up the other end on his left boot, and that one a set shot. 9 times out of 10 you'd expect him to kick that.
Still a 7-point ball game. Dennis Pagan on the blower. Lockyer. Danger here. Colbert read it well. Just couldn't quite hang on to it. McKernan, 60 metres out. It's a high ball. It's one for the Brave. Kinnear's closing. Big fist away by Kinnear. Good defensive play and a toss back in.
Well done then by Ben Kinnear, KB. If in doubt, go for it, and he surely did, and fisted it out of bounds. Shane Clayton coming off for the Roos.
2 minutes left in the quarter. The Kangaroos doing the bulk of the attacking, but they can't convert. Prestigiacomo's hand pass is okay to Lockyer. Pickett is closing on him, but he gets his kick wide to the outer side. Tyson Lane is there with Colbert. Lane has too much pace. Pops it over the top. Speaking of pace, here he is, Davis. He'll test out David King. Just forward of centre wing, he goes back to Tyson Lane. 7 points the margin in favour of the Kangaroos. Scotty Burns can make that 1 point. He shoots from 48 metres. He's got it. The margin is 1 point.
Yes, well done, Scotty Burns. I spoke earlier about his set shots for goal. Not a noted goal kicker, but always seems to be more comfortable on the run. And the boys, the Pies, all credit must be given to them. They're just hanging in there. Only 1 point behind now. Some very encouraging signs.
The Pies drag it back to a 1 point ball game. 90 seconds left in this third quarter. Capuano and Rocker come charging at it. Leon got his hands on the ball. Abri inside 50. Davis, he has really stood up today. This young man has come of age. Short, Buckley. Simpson read it well. They've had a tough duel all day. Adam Simpson has had it 11 times. Nathan Buckley's had it 16 times. He's booted a couple of goals as well. Simpson pumps the ball out wide. Kinnear again went for the big fist. Loose ball. Lockyer. Makepeace. Tied up by Dimatina. Going in hard also was Kinnear. Bell. Always a one grab player. Really fumbles. Grant on the burst. Winston Abraham's got it. It was a wonderful grab. Time clock ticking away. 40 seconds left. Winston goes for home. This could bounce through. It's a goal.
30 seconds remaining in the quarter, and Wild Winston has bounced them back with goal number 10.
I knew what you were thinking, Sandy. It looked as though it was going straight to Josh Fraser, but you see on replay, Josh Fraser was in the box seat, but Winston Abraham, good enough and talented enough to just chip in, and bang, what a kick.
Seven individual goal kickers for the Kangaroos out of their 10 goals. 10-12 plays 9-11. Back to a 7-point ball game. 30 seconds remaining in the quarter. Burton must stand. Buckley's at the bottom. Simpson above him. The umpire went down, but he's okay.
Richard, I don't think I've seen a better kick for distance than a man of Winston Abraham's size.
Yeah, he's certainly got powerful legs. It's all in the timing, I suppose, KB.
That's a beautiful kick for his size.
Similar to Bernie Quinlan. He doesn't try to kick it too hard, but it's just so sweet off the boot.
And a nice action again there. Lockyer couldn't take it, but the siren will prevent Harvey from any further score. It is three-quarter time. Nick Malthouse already down to see his charges. I think we're going to be in for a big finish here because Collingwood has thrown everything at the reigning champions and they have stuck with them. They trail by only 7 points. At the first change, the Kangaroos led by 4. So it's been nip and tuck for the bulk of the day. Peter Bell is the principal goal scorer on the ground. He has 3 for the Kangaroos. Brent Harvey has 2. They are their only multiple scorers. Whilst for Collingwood, Nathan Buckley has 2. Nick Davis has 2. Three-quarter time, the Roos at 10-12. Collingwood 9-11. So we're going to be set for a thrilling final quarter here at Colonium. It's been nip and tuck all day. And at three-quarter time, it is the Kangaroos leading by just 7 points. 10-12, 72 to Collingwood, 9-11. 7 points the margin. Here we go. Final quarter. Burton has been on the ball for a lot of the time today. So too is Josh Fraser. Capuano starting this final term on the bench, having a spell. Lockyer gets it out quickly towards Ben Johnson. He's away inside 50. Over the head of Blakey, who gets crunched in the process. King backs back, but he leaves it for his teammate in ground, who got caught. Here's a chance for Collingwood. Davis bounces it forward. Buckley gives it away. They've got the dream start in the final quarter. Gavin Brown has kicked the goal. 1 point is the margin, and John Blakey is in trouble. The 34-year-old went down in that pack, but Gavin Brown and co went on and kicked the goal, his first. And we've got a 1 point ball game, KB.
Well, it's been that way all day. The Kangaroos led by 4 points at quarter time. 3 points they trailed by at half time, and led by 7 at three-quarter time. They now lead by 1 point. Gavin Brown kicking his first goal of the afternoon. 253-game veteran. Magpies on the charge. Burton against Josh Fraser. Neither could quite get their hands on the ball. Buckley just lifting himself for a big last term. Paddling the ball along in front. King does it well. It's been a great player today for the Kangaroos. Tumbles the ball back towards the half-forward line. Going to ground, close to the line. Keeping the ball alive is Pickett. Casual bounce, just weighs up the options, kicks the space, coming across a Kinnear. He's done it well today, Ben Kinnear. He's made some good contests. Dimatina came into the side to replace Krasiska and has done the job. Great kick, finds Tarrant. Mick Malthouse really fired up the boys at three-quarter time. The Kangaroos had broken and gone back to their positions, but the Magpies were still in the huddle. McCartney thumps the ball wide. Motlop has got Johnson to beat. Went the big fist. O'Brien trying to push Stevens off the ball. Sees it over the line for a boundary throw-in. 30,003 today at Colonial Stadium. You see the Kangaroos third on the ladder against the Magpies 14th. And the Pies looking for their 7th win of the season. Spider to the boundary line. And again a toss back in.
First goal of the final quarter going to Collingwood, to Gavin Brown. And in with a chance again in their attacking zone. Lane's kick, however, partly smothered. Bell runs into Dimatina. He loses the footy. Johnson's a chance. The hand force is shot out towards Lockyer. It's a high ball in towards full forward. There are the Flyers. Davis was one of them. Couldn't take it. And the defence steadying. It's Jason McCartney. Coming wide. And an excellent mark taken by Ben Kinnear in opposition to Brad Stevens. Just lets himself down with a kick, and we'll have a throw-in in the right forward pocket.
He's done very well today, Ben Kinnear. When he was recruited through the talent camps, they have tests for the standing leap and the vertical jumps and sprints. He won all of them, so a fantastic talent, young Ben Kinnear.
Rocker in front, slapped out the back. Simpson in all sorts of trouble. Tyson Lane marks on the 50.
Eyes for the ball only. Great courage by Tyson Lane, who knew he was going to wear a bump. He also knew what stage of the game it was too, so great to see Tyson go for it. And if he kicks this goal, it'll be a well-deserved goal. He certainly earned that kick.
This to put Collingwood in front again.
Normally a good shot for goal too, boys, so he shouldn't have a problem with the distance.
50 out, Aussie, and directly in front. There you can see what lies ahead of him. Kick's not going to make the distance. It's smashed clear. It's not out of it yet. Look out, because here's Davis. The look-away hand pass to Buckley. A floating punt kick. Spider is in the pack, but he couldn't take it. Lockyer! Collingwood in the front. They lead. Duncan Lockyer gets his second goal. Both at that end of the ground. And the chewing gum's now getting a fair workout in the Kangaroos coaching box.
That's for sure. But we saw Tyson Lane then. He just went too close to the man on the mark, but was touched. But fortunate for the Pies, Tucker Lockley's been good. Both down back. He's done the majority of the kicking in for the club this game. But to kick 2 goals, that last one, an extremely crucial goal for the Pies, puts them back in front.
2 goals to Lockyer. And the Pies have the first 2 goals of this final quarter. Kangaroos also want to hang on to 3rd spot on the ladder. Simpson and Buckley, they've been at it all day. Nathan Buckley, 19 possessions and 2 goals. Adam Simpson today, 13 possessions.
We mentioned it earlier, KB, if they do in fact lose, they're going to be in the unfortunate position of being 4th on the ladder, having to face Essendon in the first week of the finals.
O'Brien had it and lost it. Abraham on top, so is Lacuria, and a ball up still inside the centre square. 11-11 the Pies, 10-12 the Roos, 77 plays, 72. And Collingwood supporters starting to chant around Colonial Stadium, and there's one of the reasons why the Pies have done so well. 14-6 out of the centre. That's an amazing stat. Big Spider with his height takes it out of the air, tries to find Bell and also Stevens. Kinnear's caught in that great tackle.
It's gone.
That came from Stevens, and the young man from Baruga will take the free kick. Brad Stevens from the centre square. Carey's going to be the target. McKernan. Well, Big Corey hasn't taken many marks today. Just 2 marks for the match.
It was interesting, KB, at 3/4 time, Dennis Pagan was having a long chat with Corey.
Well, he really struggled in that first half. I can't remember him having a kick in the first half. He was overrunning the ball. He was forced under the ball. Got a little bit of confidence back in the 3rd term. In the 5-minute patch. This to lift the spirits. 40 metres out, McKernan hammers it home.
Yes, he certainly picked up his work rate in the second half after a fairly quiet first half. He was in the box seat there. He's known for his marking. He's very powerful overhead and a beautiful kick for goal, Corey McKernan. So a good answering goal by the Roos, back in front by a point.
Second in the Kangaroos goal kicking at the moment, behind Wayne Carey. McKernan now has 36 for the season. Again, the lead changes hands. It's a 1-point ball game. Time certainly not a factor. Out of the middle, Peter Bell. Look out, because it's down towards Carey. Oh, he got buffeted from one way to the next. Umpire Martin Ellis saw nothing. And play goes on. Collingwood will come away, but that seemed quite extraordinary. Colbert is beat for it by Dimatina. That's an excellent mark by Dimatina. Then he went for the fancy handball. It didn't work, but O'Brien tied his up to assist him. They're inside 50 once again. Brown could have been taken high. He goes again against Archer. Oh. Gavin Brown, beautiful. Vintage Gavin Brown. Gives it back to Davis. Davis snaps at goal, but he's away to the left and one behind.
Again, just a fantastic play by Gavin Brown, but the pressure that Byron Pickett put on Leon Davis.
Am I going nuts there or what?
No, I think the umpire missed a fairly obvious free kick then to Wayne Carey, that's for sure. But just great work then by Byron Pickett to put that pressure on Leon Davis.
Now there's Dimatina again, a strong grab outside of 50. to Johnson. Raking left footer to space. It's a poor kick, poor option. Bell, the juggler, across half back. Just weighing up the options to transfer a play. It's a dangerous kick. It's come off. Makepeace. Grant is running hard towards centre wing. Can he make ground? Can't get there in time. Boundary throw in. Scores a level. 78 apiece. Sorry, KB.
Anthony Rocker coming off of the Pies. It's been a fairly quiet day for him. You just wonder whether all the publicity surrounding Sav leaving Collingwood has affected Anthony in a negative way, because I know they are very close.
Well, he hasn't been sharp today. Davis has to Burns, back to Davis. He's been a big winner for the Pies. Pickett, a consummate defender. Kicks long. McKernan was the target. Fraser was the high flyer. The Courier to Davis again. Acting as the sweeper across half back. Belts the ball back towards the half-forward line. It's keepings off. And Pickett's got it again. Byron Pickett, Norwich Rising Star winner. Short to Bell. The work rate of Collingwood will have to be there in this last quarter, because that's one thing the Kangaroos are famous for. They'll just continue to run and work. Clean bowled was McKernan. Prestigiacomo. It's been magnificent today. An unsung hero, Prestigiacomo. Finds Buckley, rockets the ball wide. Lecuria's got to get it across to Lockyer. 45 metres out. Runs inside 50. Way off target. Out of bounds on the full.
Again, for every handball that the Pies laid off, the pressure was coming on, and the pressure got to Takalaki. It was too great in the end. Rupert Betheris looks like he's warming up, ready to come back on again for the Pies.
Shannon Grant taking it from the back pocket. Scores level. Grant's drop punt. Lockyer will be a flyer, but he's having to do the work from behind, and Abraham was in front. Now the Kangaroos look to their forward line. Carey is streaming downfield. He's got Peter Bell short if he wants him. He'll use Bell, and he'll take the mark in the pocket. Betheris is back on the ground, and Davis is off. That Davis being Leon. Peter Bell has been the most prolific goal kicker on the ground to date. He's shooting now for his fourth. This to regain the outright lead. Starting at right, swinging back. Not enough, in fact. Not even making the distance. Davis clears. Oh, just over the head of Bell. And Dimatina was there to take the mark.
That must have gone through his hands. I don't know if it went over his head, Sandy. It was such a low kick.
Not a lot of margin for error, was there? Dimatina backpedals a little here. They try and set something up towards Buckley. That's okay. The kick coming from Lucuria. Buckley is still on half-back. To Richardson at the true half-back spot. 11-12 apiece. Dimatina.
8 marks today to Dimatina. 19 possessions.
And Davis liked his game very much. Simpson got a hand to it. Buckley is caught. Lovely tackle. Carey caught also, but he did get rid of it. Away to Harvey. Simpson, good shepherding up towards centre wing, and Winston Abraham marks. A clean grab. He can go into the centre. He does look in towards the centre now, and the mark was dropped inexplicably by Peter Bell. It will open for Williams. Williams goes wide into Tyson Lane. Here's a forward thrust by Collingwood. Lane pulls the footy in towards half forward. Betheris is lurking, but it's cleared away. Past Ben Johnson on centre wing. Johnson's very quick, and he's going to have to be to hesitate at 2 of them. This is Shannon Grant now, finding Capuano, who takes the diving mark just inside 50.
Fantastic play by McCartney, because there was 3 Collingwood players he had to beat. He just had to handle the ball cleanly, and he did that.
Gets the plaudits behind play of his teammates too. Capuano with his 9th kick. Scores have been locked together now for a number of minutes. This to break the deadlock. Kicking from 51 metres. Any score will see a change in the lead to behind.
Well, if you didn't know the Pies were 14th on the ladder, you suggest they're quite a bit higher, because they've been fairly good today. Kangaroos, reigning premiers, in fairly good form, apart from a belting they received last week against the Sydney Swans up at the SCG. But for the Pies to be so close this late in the game, it's a credit to them.
Buckley to Williams. Two old heads. Williams kicks the ball wide. Tyson Lane on the burst. Got it. Great stretch. Tarrant pushes off his opponent in Blakey. Out in front. Didn't have to really break stride. It was a good kick from Tyson Lane. Mel Michael wants to be the target. Gavin Brown held up in the goal square. Michael over the top. Couldn't take it. Now he can. A crumb. Quick snap. Scores a level. 79 apiece. Time for a drink.
Well, we saw a grandstand finish yesterday between Richmond, of course, was so unlucky to go down, but looks like we're going to get another fantastic finish here, boys.
McCartney's got it in the back pocket.
He looks towards centre wing, towards Carey, but opts to go short and finds Pickett at half-back. To David King. Dashes out of defence as only he can. Who's holding who there? Well, it was a line ball.
Oh, look at Carey and Buckley at it again. Carey and Buckley have mimicked each other a few times today.
Not a lot in it. Have a look here.
And you watch Carey here.
Oh, dear.
Can you hear me?
Home and away stuff, I think. McKernan off the side of the boot. Harvey. Fisted clear by Williams. Williams will go again. He breaks the tackle. He's away. Collingwood's away. Paul Williams. Caught by Anthony Stevens, but he gets the kick and it's effective to Davis, who's just outside 50.
Well, often you see a young player stand up and take the next step, Sandy. Today, this young player has Nick Davis.
17 kicks, 8 hand passes and 11 marks to Nick Davis. A fine game indeed.
Might be just outside his kicking range, boys. So maybe a better option to go short.
55 metres out. He sees that most bases are covered, so he's going to have a shot. He's going for the doctor. And the doctor is there.
As I said, maybe outside his kicking range, but not outside his kicking range.
Mighty goal, Aussie, as Collingwood again lead by 6 points.
Yes,
Davis gets his third, by the way.
And that young man, he's kicked 2 goals in the first quarter, and that was a great kick.
That was a fantastic kick. Statistically, when they have a shot from outside 50, the odds of kicking it through are lower and lower, but
particularly in the last quarter.
Oh, extremely. After all the ball he's had, his legs would be getting nice and tight. That's a fantastic kick.
11 marks today to Nick Davis. He's booted 3 goals straight. He's had 26 possessions. Are we looking at an upset? Kangaroos fighting to hang on to third spot. Josh Fraser in the ruck. Capuano wins the tap. O'Brien had it and lost it. Grant with clean hands. Clayton from the centre square. Kicks long. McKernan's the target. Couldn't take it. Prestigiacomo. He's a fantastic defender, Prestigiacomo. He's so hard to beat. Licuria pumps the ball back. Dimatina another mark on the burst out in front. Collingwood. They've got a sense of victory. Caught high. Not paid. In the end, it may have been a good tackle. Dimatina was driven into the ground, and it's a ball up. 75 metres out from Collingwood's goal.
It's been good, KB. Andrew Dimatina, 14 kicks.
No, it was a good tackle.
9 marks.
The tackle was good. Fraser, hands on the ball. Harvey has worked hard all day. McKernan and Prestigiacomo see the ball back over the line for a boundary throw-in. 12-13-85 Collingwood. Kangaroos 11-13-79. Anthony Rocker looks on. Hasn't been a big day for Anthony Rocker. Just the 1 kick, 7 handballs and 2 marks. Fraser pushing and shoving. It was a test of strength. Buckley belted the ball back in the centre square. Johnson's on the burst. On the lead was Brown. He's been ignored. O'Brien runs to 50. Centering kick. Tarrant keeps the ball alive. Mel Michael. Johnson, 35 metres out for Collingwood, has missed.
Could be a handy behind, that one. Could be a handy behind. 6.5 minutes remaining, and the margin now 7 points.
Yeah, you just sense all the momentum's one way at the moment, and that's Collingwood's way. So the Kangaroos are going to have to get a goal fairly soon.
And they've got to find one from somewhere, Aussie. That's the problem. That well has dried up for the moment. Stevens towards centre wing. They've just got too much, and the young guns like this doing an excellent job.
Hasn't had much ground time, Atkins, but he's sharp.
Been sparely and sparsely used. Abraham is the man on the mark. Brown has the football. It's forward of the centre. Most of the players are in this half of the ground. It's very congested. Brown passes in towards half forward. Smattering of players as McCartney picks it up. Floating a punt back towards the half back line. Davis takes it for the Pies. They lead by 7 points. Davis has been one of their best. He puts them inside 50. Here comes Tarrant.
Geez, a fantastic kick, Nick Davis, isn't he? That covered a good 60 metres. I think John Blakey got caught out there. He didn't realise he was going to kick it that far.
Yeah, it is a beautiful kick. And Chris Tarrant, as we see again, so strong overhead.
This could go a long way to sealing the 4 points for the Maggies. Chris Tarrant kicked one in the second quarter. He's kicked 25 for the season, but this is one of the most important he's kicked for the year. He's kicked the goal. He's kicked the goal, and the Maggies may be home.
Yes, it's certainly been a lean 15 weeks for the Pies, only having won one game in 15 games after winning their first 5. But I'm sure if they do happen to get over the Kangaroos, they will certainly celebrate in style, because the boys have been terrific today.
Well, Collingwood trailed by 4 points at quarter time. They led by 3 points at half time. Trailed by 7 points at 3/4 time. They now lead by 13. An agitated Collingwood box. Mick Malthouse sensing victory over the Kangaroos. Barking the instructions. 92 plays 79. Capuano and Josh Fraser eye each other off. Fraser with that big lead. Capuano goes to ground. Free kick Collingwood. Atkins pumps the ball long. Mel Michael pushing and shoving. McCartney's been so good back in defence. Playing against his old side today, Jason McCartney. He's taken 5 marks. Prestigiacomo again. That big fist away. They'll need a crummer. Pounced on by Grant. Backtracks, concedes ground. Pickett just weighing up the options. Not a good one. Buckley.
Just forward of the centre. Collingwood doing all the attacking in this final quarter. He kicks them inside 50. Tarrant was a target. Too far for him. They pounce on it at the back. And there will be a bounce just 25 metres out from the Collingwood scoring zone. Kangaroos have managed just 1 goal, 1.
It was strong play by Gavin Brown. I reckon he fancied that he'd take the ball and take the crunch.
Yep.
You know, rather than sort of try and give it off. So they got this ball up.
And he's very strong in the body, Gavin Brown. Works extremely hard in the gymnasium.
Still time for the Kangaroos. Simpson. Their problem has been goal kicking, as I said. 1 goal, 1 for the quarter.
4 minutes left, Sandy.
McKernan has struggled all day to get into the game. Been rarely sighted. Stevens, and there's a bit going on there. And it's going against Archer, and it's going to go to young Davis. Must have been a little bit of a how do you do going in while the boys were both on the ground. Might be able to pick up something here.
Well, he's played the game of his life today, Nick Davis.
He certainly has, and he can cap it off with a goal here, because if he kicks this, you can say goodnight to the folks, Gracie. Collingwood will win. All he will do is put this game beyond any doubt. He's kicking for number 4. He's not confident. He's on a 45-degree angle. He shouldn't worry about the distance. He just belted a beauty from 48 metres. Oh, look at this kick! That is a magnificent kick, and Collingwood will win this match. That is sensational. That is roof-lifting stuff here at Colonial.
Not too
Thank
sure.
heavens it's open.
I'm not too sure, Sandy, but I think the boys enjoyed that goal. They can celebrate now with 2 minutes 59 on the clock. Unless there's a minor miracle, this game is safe in the keeping.
Well, his father will be very proud of him today, Craig Davis. He played with Collingwood, he played with Carlton, he played with North Melbourne, and he played with the Swans.
He's beaten every girl, man.
But he would be
nothing
thrilled to
wrong
see
with playing with 4 clubs, boys, let me tell you.
Speaker Osborne.
Well, he's booted 4 goals today, Nick Davis. He's been best player on the ground, 28 possessions and 12 marks. And Collingwood are set for a big upset win today at Colonial Stadium in front of 30,003 fans. Buckley again drives the ball forward. Davis, the tackler, kicked off the ground by Grant. Stevens, edge of the centre square. Time clock ticking away. Just under 3 minutes left. Richardson outmarks Carey. Collingwood fans enjoy that. They'll break wide. Johnson. Loose players for Collingwood. Licuria, centre half back. Plenty of run in the legs of the Pies. Johnson runs hard from half back. He's been ignored. Licuria wants to go wide. He's looking for Williams. They've done this well today, Collingwood. They've certainly used Colonial Stadium. Haven't been afraid to play keepings off against the Kangaroos. It has paid dividends. Williams, time clock running away. Under 2 minutes. Gavin Brown in front. Collingwood fans will love that.
Brown on the outer wing here at Colonial.
It's been okay too, boys. Gavin Brown, there's certainly some football left in that battle-scarred body.
10 kicks, 5 hand passes, 6 marks. You're quite right, Aussie. Kicks towards the 50. Shannon Grant at the back. Well, Collingwood were very good last week, and perhaps a little stiff as the Doggies just got over the line against them. A margin of 9 points in the end, but that was a good contest, and they've taken the next step here today. Well, luck's of fortune there for McKernan, because he's found Capuano as he slipped, and Capuano is directly in front but 50 metres out. Time is certainly well against the Kangaroos. Brown is leaving the ground. Gavin Brown's day has come to an end. Capuano has missed to the left, and that really does tell the story of the day for the Kangaroos. Three straight kicks in it. Burns brings it back into play. Prestigiacomo has it in the back pocket. Been a long time between drinks for the Maggies. They opened in a blaze of glory with 5 wins. When the door was slammed in their face for some considerable time before picking up another 4 points, another gap, and now they've finished the season on a high. Luckily they've got this win today. I think next week they've got Essendon at the MCG, and of course the Bombers coming off a loss. They're just playing with it now for the final 5 seconds. Williams in the back pocket. Won't be going very far. Batheris will take the last mark of the day, and Rupert will finish with the footy. Collingwood has won their 7th game for the season.
Today, particularly with some of their younger players coming through. The Prestigiacomo was fantastic in defence. Nick Davis was best player on the ground today. He's played the game of his life.
Yeah, certainly a lot of
Josh Fraser in the ruck, did some heartening things.
Ben Kinnear down back, along with Simon Prestigiano. They were terrific.
Andrew Dimatina came in the game, and
a late inclusion. He was fantastic with 21 possessions and 9 marks.
It's fascinating to look at the quarter-by-quarter scores to see the seesawing struggle. The Kangaroos do have work to do. They led by 4 points at quarter time. They trailed by 3 points at half time. They led by 7 points at three-quarter time. And when it counted most, they were down by 18 points. So strange things do happen near the end of the season. Paul Williams may be crammed up. He's had a pretty good day too for the Maggies. Picked up 19 kicks, 10 marks, a couple of hand passes. But it's a game that could hurt the Kangaroos quite considerably. They leave with heads bowed and thinking ahead. Collingwood are going to savour this. I think a lot of good things have come out of this win. It's been a long, tough season. It's nice to see Mick Malthouse letting his boys enjoy this moment. He's waiting down there near the boundary, Mick. This is his 230th win. That in itself is a mighty achievement. And they're going to soak up every minute of this.
A bit of work to be done by the Kangaroos if they play a part in this year's grand final.
KB, they just look almost sluggish at times today.
Yes, and Collingwood's had some young legs there today running pretty hard, and I thought they used the ball very well today, Collingwood, and that they weren't afraid to sort of break up the Kangaroos a little bit. They didn't just sort of belt the ball, they tried to share it around a little bit. And I thought a couple of times the Kangaroos weren't as direct as what I've seen them in the past. You know, that beautiful running, no U-turns, long kick into the forward line, a lot of hard runners running up, foot of the pack. Therefore, you know, a lot of one-on-one contests with Carey and his opponents and McKernan, but they're a little bit slower today getting the ball inside 50. But full marks to Collingwood today because they held them up and they've enjoyed this victory. It was a big win.
And I think they have done it with some controversy during the week with Severio Rocker saying that he and Collingwood are no more. So this has left young Anthony to carry the can.
And he struggled today, just the one.
He did.
7 handballs. Now, whether that had an effect on him, as Richard mentioned earlier, hard to say.
Well, I do remember when I played some football with my brother Graham, when he was in and off the team. It does affect you in some way. You are very close to your brothers, so it wouldn't surprise me if Anthony was a little bit disappointed in the week's developments. But you have a look at, we've already spoken about Nick Davis. It's been a long time since I've seen a half forward have 30 possessions and 14 marks. He's come of age today, boys.
So the boys gather to form a circle. They haven't sung this for a while, so I'd imagine they'll be in pretty fine voice.
Only once in the last, what, 15 weeks.
Yeah. And it's nice to see, isn't it, Mick, congratulating each and every player.
Might have to get out the sheet music.
Dimatina, very good. Chris Tarrant, this is fantastic stuff. Anthony Rocker, Mal Michael, Tyson Lane, it's wonderful. And here they go.
We know how to play the game. Side by side we stick together to uphold the Magpies. Hear the barricades are shouting as all barricades shout. All the British ships again for the good of Collingwood.
30,003 fans came here today expecting to see many of them the Kangaroos win. It wasn't to be. Collingwood victorious. The final scoreline, the Pies 14-14, Kangaroos 11-14.